All right, now we're finally ready to plot our latitude by LAN and to get our running fix from our sun shots. So remember, our latitude by LAN, we got 17 degrees. Sorry, we're gonna focus this, 17 degrees, 38.5 minutes. So plotting that is nice and easy. You just measure out 38.5 and 17 right there. And you draw a horizontal line off of that because our latitude, it's a latitude. It's perfectly perpendicular to any meridian. And we label that LAN. TAC 1140, or what was this again? 1159. Technically that TAC usually means to advance something, but for LAN, you'll write both LAN and the time of 1159. Now, we can advance the we can advance our other sun lines up to it. To do that though, we do need a DR position for 1159 and we only have for 1144. So we have to go an additional 15 minutes ahead. So we're gonna do 15 minutes times 15 knots divided by 60. That gets us 3.75 miles. Where is the divider? 3.75. So there's our DR position for 1159, which is basically perfectly at our latitude by LAN, meaning I'm very confident that this LAN shot was accurate. And now we can advance our 1014 shot to our LAN shot. Remember how we do this, how you take a running fix, is you measure the distance between the two DR positions. So here's the 1014 DR and the 1159 DR. Then you move it up to where the 1014 shot intersected your track line. Find where that puts your other tine on the track line. Mark that a little bit. Then you measure out the angle of your 1014 shot and you advance the triangle to the mark you made. You draw a parallel line and you label that lower limb of the sun 1014 TAC 1159 because you advanced it to 1159. And the two intersect right there. Now, you're supposed to do this with all of them. We know that our 811 shot was bad, or the math was bad, or something was wrong. Let's advance it anyway, but this is not going to get it. This is going to be obviously terrible. So 811 to 1159. There's our distance between the DRs. We take that to where the 811 track line intercepts the track line, and we would get an advanced position over here. So this is obviously terrible. Just for curiosity's sake, if we based it off of where, if we hadn't advanced it, I don't know. Something went horribly wrong, and the 811 shot needs to be thrown out. What that means is you would get, at this point, the two good shots intersected right here, and we're confident that both of them were good. Now, I hesitate to call this a fix because it's only got two lines of position. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't there. It was here. Sorry, this isn't it. That's our fix, or that's potentially our fix. It would be more accurately called an estimated position because it's only using two LOPs. What we could do, though, remember, your project is supposed to go into the afternoon, and you're supposed to have afternoon sun lines. So you could then, when you get another fix later in the afternoon, advance these two. And if that other fix is good, we already know these two are pretty good, so they should come out to get a clean fix. So if this, in real life, you would just ignore your 8 o'clock shot, and you would wait until later in the afternoon before you got a good fix. Not a huge deal. Now, for your project, you're obviously going to need to go back and make sure everything comes out to be perfect so you can get a good grade. However, I hope overall this was helpful in understanding the process of going through a day's work You can see this only got us halfway through the page. Had you done a full day's work, you would have gotten all the way out to here for your evening stars. This didn't hit on everything. We didn't get to do Polaris, so we didn't do an azimuth, or an amplitude, sorry. But this is how you will probably do your largest project in CellNav. It took me a while to grind this out, and this was only half of it. When I took CellNav, I did my entire day's work project in, I think, 8 hours in one sitting. It was horrible, but at least it only wasted one day and not a weekend. You're probably going to have to go through that. Over time, you'll get better at it. Eventually, this will all be able to be second nature. And with that, I think we're done with CellNav.